Alright, so welcome to this update video for the channel. It's just in response to a lot of questions I've been getting, people saying what are you planning to do from now on and then through into 8th edition. Are you playing any more games of 7th edition and so on. So this is the plan, this is what you can expect to see on the channel here in the next couple of months or so, the next 6 to 8 weeks. So what I plan to do, I plan to film a batch of games, and really the theme is going to be goodbye 7th edition. I do want to film, there's a few more games I want to do with 7th edition, and really they're going to be the last games that we're going to see using that edition. So they may well overlap into the time when 8th edition comes out. During that time I'm going to be learning and playtesting the new rules, getting used to them. Don't want to release battle reports full of mistakes and so on. I don't want to panic with this new edition coming out. So what you're going to see is some final 7th edition battle reports coming out. So the plan is for both channels is some regular battle reports 7th edition just to close the edition out. Be a mixture of games. Some of them I hope to feature the orcs. I have finished this new 1850 point list just as 8th edition is coming out. Desperately want to get a couple of games done with this new revised orc list, and I want them to challenge the higher level armies on the channel. So I hope to play new revamped orcs versus Necrons, and then also against the Eldar as well. So a real chance for Gut Ripper here as 7th edition comes to a close, to have the last word perhaps against these two factions. So Necrons second place on the channel, and then Eldar at the very top. We're just going to let orcs have a go at them just to see in 7th edition if they could have done it, if they could have beaten them. So very excited about those games indeed. So keep a lookout for them. They'll either be on, I sort of mix and match the battle reports now. Season 5 is split between the Plus channel and the regular channel, so you'll see at least a few of those games on the regular channel, and then over on the Plus channel you'll get access to the other games as well. Then I also have Skitarii army finished. We've seen them already in one of the challenge games filmed, and then I've released it very quick. Excellent, really good game we had. Within that was Chris and Brian that came down. If you haven't seen that battle report, then check that one out. It really was a good one, very enjoyable indeed. Hope to use the Skitarii perhaps in a couple of regular games as well. We'll see how many games I can get in and get done. There will be a final campaign as well in 7th edition. So again, it's a goodbye 7th edition campaign. That will be available on the Plus channel, and I hope to do a 3-part campaign for that, and it will feature the Skitarii and the Imperial Knight. I'm not going to say what faction it will be against, but it'll be a pretty interesting combination, I reckon, there in that campaign. But that'll be over on the Plus channel. Then also plan to film one final Apocalypse game, 7th edition, and I hope to make it, just hope to make it one of the big ones, and just a nice send-off for 7th edition. So it'll be goodbye 7th edition. We'll end the Apocalypse for that edition with a nice big game. Just organising and amassing the forces at the moment. Bit of collaboration taking place. It's an exciting one. I hope it works out okay. Still at the planning stage at the moment, but hopefully it will be a good one. And again, I think it'll just be a nice way to say goodbye to 7th edition. Then also, there's quite a lot planned here. A couple of challenge games as well. Again, goodbye 7th edition. The last couple of challenge games as well using that edition also is planned as well. Then, so that's all you can look forward to. So this battle reports is the focus for sort of tactical videos, codex releases and so on. There's not much to do at the moment because we're all just waiting. Games are actually dried up and just waiting for these new releases to come out. So in the future, once 8th edition comes along, I hope to get into doing battle reports, perhaps smaller points, get 1,000 points perhaps, and then bigger games, just gradually get into doing those on both the channels. Do have some terrain tutorials coming up as well. Those can be released at any point. They're not going to be affected by the new edition coming out, so that is them. And then reviews and things for the new rules and books, codexes, handbooks, whatever style it's going to be. Do plan to do reviews for all of those as well, so you've got that reference available on the regular channel as well. Then of course on top of that you've got all the armies are going to need to be revamped to a lesser or greater degree. I'm just not sure really until we've gone through the rules properly, just to see how units have been affected. I hope that many of the armies I won't have to change too much of the theme that I've got running for a lot of the armies. I'll be able to keep and then not make too many changes, but we'll have to see. There may well be some tweaks and changes just in maybe the army structure, unit sizes and combinations and so on, but it really is an unknown quantity at the moment. Can't really say for sure until we get these 8th edition rulebook and other codexes or handbooks released as well. And then I think just one other thing to say, and I think it's a good idea. It was a subscriber actually that suggested it. I said that's actually a good idea. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it, and that is we're going to reset the league table on the channel. So at the moment 7th, Eldar are at the top and they deserve to be there. Necron 2nd, and then you've got Tau 3rd place, and then there's other armies battling out. Orcs are up there doing very well. Blood Angel's pretty high as well. I'm going to reset that back to 0. I think it's a good idea. It just means new edition, all the armies being rules for them being re-released means that every faction, every army gets a fresh start. So armies that have struggled in the past, they now have a completely even chance of working their way up and working all the way up to the very top. I think that's fair. It's not, otherwise you're going to have armies that are at the bottom. They've lost a load of games and that's just going to hinder them from ever making any progress. So everything's going to be set back to 0. So as 8th edition progresses and the battles take place, who knows who's going to be at the top. It's all back to 0 again, so an equal chance for every army. You never know, we could see a different top 3 armies on the channel in the future. So yeah, it's very, very exciting times. Just a complete refresh of the rules and of the channel here as well, and then the content potential that could come out, I think is very exciting indeed as well. So some of you have been asking and saying, well, how do you keep track of what armies are at what level? What you can do, I think what I'm going to do this is that you can go to the description tab. If you go to the channel homepage here on the regular channel, and at the top it's got home, videos, discussion, and then there's a tab that says about, and if you go in there it's got a description page. It says, you know, hi, welcome to Striking Scorpion 82. In there I list all of the armies that I have. I'm going to put those like a league table, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll list the armies, and then I think what I'll do in brackets is keep track of their wins, losses and draws as well. So just like a league table for a sports team, for a sports league like football, you can keep track of what team is in what position, and then how many games they've won, drawn and lost. And for that, won't include Apocalypse, I don't think, but regular seasonal battle reports, and then I may put challenge games in there as well. May well do that also. I don't think about that, but that's the kind of structure you can expect. That means you can just refer to the channel homepage, go to the about section, and then you'll be able to see what faction is in what position. We can keep track of how well armies are doing. I think that's a really good idea. And then just to reset it back to 0, I think it's just a fresh start for everyone. And it means that you never know, you could have orcs at the top, or they could be in the middle, they could be at the bottom. Who knows? We'll have to see. But as far as what I've seen from the rules in 8th edition, it looks like there are some improvements that will benefit armies like the orcs. So there is definitely that potential. So that's the update then. 7th edition, it's an old worn out rulebook. It's done well. I think it's been a good edition. No complaints really, but a refresh is on the way. 8th edition is coming along, but that's the plan for the channel, so look forward to those games. And I would say, you know, some people say, why aren't you playing 8th? Maybe it's been released and there's still a few older battle reports coming out, but just enjoy those final 7th edition battle reports, Apocalypse games, challenge games and so on, even if it does run over into the time when 8th edition comes out, and then you can look forward to 8th edition making its appearance on the channel. But that's the plan. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel, both the channels, and keep a lookout for new videos in the future. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.